A week on Saturday, it's quickly approaching. How big a game is this for the club?
It's absolutely massive for the club. It's the first time that we've reached the quarter-finals of the FA Vase, and just a huge game. We'd like to see we go through, and but more importantly for the town, for the club, it's an opportunity for everyone to pull together and get behind Kevin and the boys.
Would you go as far as saying that this is the biggest club in the biggest game in the club's history so far?
So there's been a bit of social media debate around the FA Cup sort of rounds where the club a good few years ago played Gateshead, but yeah, in the modern era of the club, then definitely it's the biggest game, and we're hoping we're going to attract a record crowd and hopefully push on to the semi-finals.
And obviously everyone's very excited about it. What is the mood like in the camp at the moment, like with the managers and the players?
I'd say it's one of relaxed. There's a bit of anticipation there. We've got one eye obviously on this game, but we've still got a league campaign to go at. And Kevin knows they can't sort of take that away. They've got to concentrate. So Wickham on Saturday is a great opportunity. But yeah, I think they're quite relaxed. They're looking forward to it. You're within touching distance of Wembley at this stage. So some of the lads have played there before, some of the lads haven't. As a club, we've never got that far, and again, it's just going to be a great occasion, and hopefully we can go that one step further. And
in this campaign in the Vase, we've had 3 away games, 1 home game. How much relief is it to have another home tie?
I think from a club point of view, we've been quite open in that whether we're home or away, it doesn't really matter. We're home or away form, should I say, has been really good in this competition, as well as in the league. So I think the good thing is that we can, with the home games, that we can bring the local community into it, where away games we've still had a really good support and fan base go with us, but we're hoping to get a record-breaking crowd on this game, so over a thousand hopefully, and if we can break the 1,310 record we had last year, then amazing. We've got quite a few things planned with mascots and ball boys and girls, so hopefully it'll be a great day, not just for the club but for the town.
And just touching upon the crowds aspect, record crowd of 1,310 set last season against West Auckland. How confident are you that you will break that record? Well,
ticket sales are going well at the moment. We give 150 tickets to Plymouth. They're not sure they'll sell all of them because it is a horrendous journey for them, especially for a fan. You're talking 8 hours on a coach, or if they're getting a different way. But the ticket sales are going well. We'd like the final push next week. We've sold, I think the ticket number's somewhere around 800 at the moment, which is fantastic. Still a week to go, and yeah, I'm pretty confident, but we need the people of the town and the borough to get behind it. There's not a lot of games at home that weekend, so we're hoping that even if you've never watched non-league football, we can entice you to come out and watch this one.
And what message do you have to those people that maybe are thinking about coming to the game but haven't bought their tickets yet?
The message I've got to them is that non-league football is sort of the future, and if you've never been to a non-league game, it's not all bells and whistles in terms of £1 million players on show. It's young local lads who go to work during the day, come and play football as a hobby on an evening or a weekend. But they're passionate about the town, they're passionate about the club, and yeah, it's £6 to get in for an adult, £4 a concession. It's a good deal for a family. So please just give it a try. If you give it a try in this game, and if you enjoy it, then that'll do us.
And just touching upon the game again, it's a game between the 2 joint favourites of the competition. Do you think the side that wins this game can go all the way and win this competition potentially?
Any team that you come up against at this sort of stage of the competition, it'll be tough. And whoever wins this game next week, then there'll be favourites to go on and win it. But it's cup football. Anything can happen. We've been there, not at this stage, but if your team turns up on the day, you're in with a good chance. But whoever wins this game, they'll definitely go favourites of the competition. But with that comes a bit of stigma. So I'm a bit of optimistic that I think we'll do well, but I don't like to gloat about it too much.
And just finally, how big would a win be in this competition at this stage?
Well, we can't lie, the FA Vase was one of our targets this year. If we win the quarter final, first of all for the town, for the club, it'll be huge. For South Tyneside, we don't get many South Tyneside teams at this stage, or even in a semi-final or a final. I think next Saturday, back here in the sports club, if we win, it'll be absolutely bouncing, and that's what it's about. And then you're guaranteed a home game in the semi-final because it's over 2 legs. So probably another huge crowd, another big occasion for the town, the club, and everyone involved. And I think it's a bit payback for the volunteers like myself and Vin, the chairman, and the owners who put a lot into it. If we can get to a semi-final, even get dare say a final, it'd just be magnificent. So yeah, can't underestimate how much of a huge game it is, and if we get through, just how superb it would be.
Brilliant, thank you very much.